Alright, people, we are here for another season of the FPL. I was like, man, shouldn't it have been time for FPL at this point? But then I was like, oh, well, you know what? The game only just came out, so they're going to give some time for the metas to establish themselves. And this time, instead of going through all the different gens, they went for all the different metas. So OU, UU, RU, NU, Little Cup, and then National Dex and VGC to kind of get the full spread of the competitive scene. So we are the Fossil Fighters. First game, OU Black RP Ops versus Meta OU. Looking at the teams, both got Walking Wake. We got a little Orthworm over there, and this was before Shedtail was banned, so it could still be running that. They've also got Iron Leaves, and we've got a lot of good, strong attackers over here, so let's see what happens. So, Walking Wake versus, this thing's probably up, Spikes, Focus Ash. Flamethrower does not even kill. Goodness. It is not stab. Corviknight can easily come in. They don't have a Defiant Mon or Golden Go to stop Defog. They're going to swap back out, probably fearing up the Taunt for the Defog. I'm guessing then that means they don't have U-turn. Another Flamethrower will take this thing out. Terror into Steel for the Draco, very nice. I'm used to Water, but then again, I haven't really played OU as much. I've either been breeding or I've been doing NU, as you'll see when I do the next two recaps. Flamethrower into this guy. This thing's got to be like max. Oh no, it's my bad. It's 0.5 special attack, that's why. In comes the Iron Leaves. Gets the booster energy Quark Drive to get that nice speed boost into the Swords Dance. So it's a fire type, so yeah, the Terror Blast will easily take this thing out. So this is looking kind of scary, honestly. Great Tusk comes in. I don't know if that thing's gonna live a Leaf Blade, yeah. Jeez, it is not looking too good for your boy, I think. Unfortunately, can Baxcalibur live? No, I'm so sorry, my friend. That was game one. Iron Leaves, goodness. Alright, game two, we got GEEV versus Pokevin, who I believe is the leader of the Unovan Elites, the opposing team. And they got pretty good teams. We got some nice rain over here. So this must have been, well, no, it was in April. It must have been the start of it, and that was right when the tier shift changed, just so you could use Pelipper again in UU. And then, of course, Decidueye, I love to see that. Tinkaton, top of the tier. They don't have a Tinkaton. They got the Sandy Shocks, probably going to have some rocks. Ooh, and the Grimmsnarl. Let's see how this goes. So, Tinkaton versus Grimmsnarl. I'm assuming, wow, Parting Shot right off the bat. So, going to get up some nice rocks, I assume. This is a little bit scary. Go out into your Resist, yeah. This thing's just repelled by grass types. And take some nice Stealth Rock ship, you'll love to see it. Pelipper's gonna come in, get the rain up. Hurricane immediately gonna take that out. So they do lose their form of, they still have, hopefully, enough turns to do some nice damage. Ice Beam comes in. Did they have they have an Iron Jugulus. I guess they have this. But they probably didn't want to miss in their Life Orb so they can afford to not get locked into a move. I was thinking if they were choice specs. Okay. So Grimmsnarl comes in now, and then Kilowattrel. Ooh, you'll love to see it. I'm hoping to see some nice... well, Sandy Shocks is already gone. So they can just spam Hurricanes all at once. And Thunders and whatever. Fultzel comes out. Oof, get a little confusion there. That is what happens when you run into Hurricane. Ice Spinner gonna take it out because they only have screens up. They don't have that. So yeah, now they're gonna try to get up the Reflect. They've put some chinks in the armor over there, and the Reflect goes up. Go for Taunt so they can't do anything. Go for a nice little knockoff. Get that Light Clear. Into the Parting Shot. I'm not sure if they're gonna Gigaton Hammer to get off some chip. Yep. 7% behind the screens and minus attack, and then a resist. All that adds together to not do much. They get rid of the heavy duty boots. This is getting a little bit scary. Or Coolio is doing a lot better in this tier, but Tinkaton, as we all know, is I like to think about it as it's the opposite of Mawile, where Mawile has good defense, this thing has good SPDEF. So get the Roost off. The turns are wearing down. It is looking a little scary over there, not gonna lie. Doesn't do enough. And they get encored, so now they're forced to go for an electric type move. And this thing I'm assuming has Volt Absorb, so it can easily get that back. And now it's gonna keep on healing him. They're willing to stay in. Ooh, the crit! Now that is interesting because not only did they have to hit raw thunder, they also had to go through two levels of death. So it would have done a good chunk without the crit, but it probably would not have killed. So miss the thunder as they get the reflect up, miss another thunder. I mean, hey, you hit a crit thunder, I mean, it's gonna happen where you're just not gonna hit those thunders after that. Into a nice little parting shot out into the Quacklevel. And so Decidueye comes in, Gen 8 versus, no, Gen 9 versus Gen 7 starter, my bad. As Scizor comes in, get rid of those, oh my god, thank goodness, Decidueye had defog the whole time, of course. Oh man, I guess they weren't able to bring in as well because they had the Oricorio and they could have just Hurricane the thing. Alright, so Tinkaton finally goes down. Bullet Punch does a heck of a lot, but it's not going to do enough. As a Surf, nice, yep, Life Orb Surf should take it out. Light Screen goes up into Grass Knot. Interesting, I didn't realize, is Grimmsnarl that heavy that it's worth going for? Oh, I guess they were predicting him to switch out, my bad. Okay. Trying to go for the nice mid-ground, you can respect it. So there's the taunt, as they're going to prevent them from trying to defog, yeah. But you got to try it. You got to try to stop it. So they go for another taunt. I'm guessing because they want to stay in. They just don't want to go hard out into this because they know that's their win con. So they might try to defog it. I mean, you're resist / you're immune to their stabs, unless this thing has Brave Bird or Ice Spinner, which they probably do. So, ooh, another Terrafire. How many Terrafires are we gonna see? Energy Ball gonna eat that up. This is looking kind of scary, not gonna lie. As they go for an Aqua Step, but I mean, they're trying to get their speed to outspeed these guys. Go out in a Floatzel. The only thing is that even though they okay, they're trying to get another speed. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if they didn't want to go for close combat there, or maybe they didn't have it. Just to take this thing out. But that Wave Crash is going to finish it, and it's going to be GG's. Maybe I'm missing something, you know. I'm not exactly the best when it comes to interpreting these things, which is ironic because I like doing these recaps. But all right, here we are on RU. Coolio versus Pincher. Let's see how this plays out. So the classic Rotom in this tier, and then Rev Room. I like using this guy in wipe battles. Parting Shot, so it's going to be a Parting Shot set. I'm not sure if they all run it. I'm not sure if Shift Gear does too. Might be Choice Scarf. U-Turn, but this thing is usually also Choice Scarf. Or maybe, I don't know, is that Banded, but it's a crit? Kind of unclear. Get a little Hex off. Thing to go for Wisp. Switch out. And then Parting Shot once again. Yeah, but you got Levitate, and you can come back in. So something's going to get poisoned. Oh, Heavy Duty Boots. Nice. So you're going to go hard back out in Rev Room, eat up the spikes? Okay. Future Sight first. That's smart. As they go for Knock, it was Leftovers, actually. Miss a Will-O-Wisp. And land the Toxic. But that Toxic is 100%. So Sableye stays in. Alright, get a little Knock. So, okay, another Leftovers. Yeah, because the Flamigo has to be Scarf, right? Back out in a Rev Room. As Caparajah comes in, this thing should have been stayed in U because this was the last Steel type. Oh well, now we have Magneton in PUBL that you can use in NU, but still, I mean, come on. Led to the rise of Florges even more so, and then Florges got banned. So I'm telling you, NU is just everybody's leaving that tier. There's just not a lot left. I mean, there's plenty left, but it's forced people to. There's just not a lot of options. Either way, back to this game. Slowbro's gonna come in. Iron Head does absolutely nothing. I'm not sure if that's sheer force boosted or if it's heavy metal. Or if they're running heavy slam, they'd be heavy metal. If they're running Iron Head, it's probably sheer force light form. So the Rev Room comes in now. Let's get a nice. Ooh, I'm surprised that lived, honestly. That para didn't matter at all because I'm pretty sure this thing was gonna. Oh wait, 298 versus. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know if they had it in the speed investment on these guys, if it would have been able to get off a hit or not. So maybe it did matter, maybe it didn't. I can't say for certain. All I know is Flamigo comes in. And the good thing about Flamigo is it can, once, well really it has to get rid of these. Oh geez, they had so many. Even with the Scrappy, it can hit Sableye for super effective, but then these guys all resist close combat. Alright, so miss another one, finally land one. Alright, roost up. There's the T-Spikes. And they don't have Rev Room anymore, so those T-Spikes might come in handy versus, it's not going to matter for this, it's not going to matter for this thing has heavy duty boots. Really, it's only going to affect Crocodile, is the only thing that Toxic Spikes hits. Kind of crazy. Alright, so Crook comes in. Like I said, the only one that gets poisoned. There's the knock. I keep accidentally right-clicking, I'm sorry. Heracross is going to come out now. Yeah, let's see. What's Heracross looking like? They still have a Slowbro that can Mega Horn. I feel like I've run into this exact scenario on my Wi-Fi, but I was an Altaria and a Slowbro. And, well, no, I mean, you can close combat this thing. Hey, you can't close combat that, yeah. Just not a lot where Heracross can sweep. They've kind of got him locked in. So they go for Mega Horn, assuming they might go Slowbro. So, yeah. Like I said, they can't do that either. It's kind of a 50-50. Crook comes in, gets the Intimidate off as they go for knock. It's already, time's already gone. They do have recover, but the longer they stand, that crunch is doing way more than their recover. So this Sableye might die this turn. Right? 18%? Yep. Alright. In comes Miss Magus as Rotom comes in. They both take rocks. Hex is not doing nearly enough. Does this thing have Will-O-Wisp? No. And a Leaf Storm instantly going to take that thing out. In comes Flamigo as it's going to go for Protect, Brave Bird. But yeah, like I said, looking at this, it's not looking too good because they can just, they've got 5 Mons left. And even though they're, oh hang on though, they're weakened. I mean, they're Trichology. But the thing is, you can't Brave Bird forever. Alright, Slowbro comes in. There's the Future Sight and the Slack Off. Yeah, I just don't think that there's enough that you can do here. You can U-turn, but we already saw a crit does like 62. So they're gonna get the region. Ooh, but the Roost, they're not Choice Scarf. Okay, maybe I missed that. I must have missed that at some point that they weren't actually Scarf. So very like defensive build over here from Coolio. Very cool though. I like to see it. Sorry, no pun intended. I just like to see the innovation. All right, we might have to turn this up to hyper fast and see what happens. Body press is gonna come. That thing's finally gonna die. They've only, I mean, at the end of the day, this Slowbro is paralyzed, but it's kind of a war of attrition at this point. 51 turns. Seems like it's longer. Maybe that's just me. They get a burn off. They can keep on roosting, but they're only so many roosts. Get a Hurricane Confusion. Even if this Altaria manages to beat back this Rotom, which it does not, it seems that it was finally able to. Right? Did it run out of roost? I'm assuming. Oh, I have one left, but. Then comes Slowbro. And yeah, it's just one of those things like in chess where your opponent just has more pieces left than you, and there's just not as much you can do about it. So Unovan elites are up 2-1 right now. Let's get into NU. So we got a nice I don't think I saw this game before I was playing, or maybe I did, but I've subconsciously built a lot of my teams around this. But this is pretty common core I saw on the ladder anyway. So, and Fulgur was still legal at this point because it got banned the day of my week 2 match. So both opponents decided not to use Fulgur. Giga Drain right off the bat on the Sandaconda. Get that sand spit up for the Lycanroc. You love to see it. Giga Drain not going to do nearly as much. Flamethrower will do a good chunk to the Toxicroak if they choose to stay in. Sludge Bomb, no poison it seems like, as they go for a Volt Switch. They're going to try to keep their thing healthy. That's fair. And get Passimian in. I wonder if this is the... How much did it take? No. Because if it was the Zoroark, they probably got the Muck as the Zoroark, because it would have taken 12 and then would have taken Sandstorm Jet too, but it only took 6, so that's how we know it's a real Passimian. Knock off the Rocky Helmet. In comes the Sandaconda. Glare comes off. I hate how Glare can work on ground types, but it's fine because you got Shed Skin. Only thing is Shed Skin's very unreliable. You never know. Could happen first turn, could happen 3 turns from now. Get the Glare off on the Drifblim, so that's going to stay. Gets full para. As they go out into Electros. Get a nice little Thunderbolt off. Some nice chip. I'm not sure if it's a speed tie, but if it is, they want it. In comes the Muck. As that is a real Muck, so... yeah. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a Zoroark yet. But they're not going to go hard into it. They're going to wait for the most opportune moment. As a Crunch comes off, takes out the Electros. Floatzel's pretty scary in this tier, but it's... Seems like they were locked into Crunch. They're most likely Choice Band, if not Choice Scarf. So they rest up, and now they're able to go. They know that this thing's a special attacker, so they don't want to get hit by special attack on this thing. They should be able to heat up any hit as they go on a Muck, as they're immune. They can't really set up Toxic Spikes as well. They need for Toxicroak to get gone. It's only at 16%, so it can only come in a few more times. So 6% more. As Dark Pulse, and now you are free to get up Toxic Spikes, my friend. For they don't have many. They don't have 3 grounded mons, and one of them has Shed Skin. But you know, if you can do it, do it. So they're not going to want to take a Drill Run or anything. They're going to go into Vaporeon. Still at full Psychic Fangs. That would suck as well. As they go on to Electros. I don't know if it has Drill Run, honestly, but. You know, that's the thing. I wish, you know, if we were in the days where moves wouldn't get reset and we wouldn't have to worry about that. And of course, once Home comes out, we would have been able to carry over all the moves, but we can't. So, Dragon Tailed out into Vaporeon, get a nice Wish Off. So now it's back to full. Back out into Muck. Very low, by the way. So I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get up T-Spikes this game, but that's okay. Oh, maybe they will. Are they not going to... Oh, dang, do you not have T-Spikes, bud? They probably think, okay, now they go for it. Now they go for it. They probably thought they might defog. Another full para. Into this, okay, did I miss it? I wanted to see the turn where it was going to take the, yeah, it took 12%, so that's how we know it's a Zoroark. So, Dark Pulse there. And at this point, I don't think it's going to live. Okay, it did live, my bad. Ooh, the flinch too. Dark Pulse. I thought it was going to kill. Alright, so there's that into a Dark Pulse. I'm not sure if they're Scarf or if they're Specs. If this thing's AV, then they're probably Specs because it could probably live that. Accelerat comes in. Yeah, they needed him to take some chip. And they couldn't lock themselves, and they had to go for the safest play. because they could have always just gone Vaporeon, and they would have the water flip. So that's why they couldn't wave crash with this or anything like that. So now at this point, it all comes down to just this guy, and EQ's not going to kill him, and Surf will. So it do be like that. There's all types of things that can happen in the game. Let's go on to Little Cup. So Spacey versus Inazuma. Let's see what happens. Let's see. They got a nice little Marini, got a nice Toadstool, Magneton, Zoroa. Mankey I feel like is pretty standard, and what's this thing called? I have to grind for its items all the time in game. Nimble, that's right. Because I think you need it for U-turn, which is pretty darn common as a TM, so I'm getting a lot of Nimbles and Scythers. Knock off this thing's Shed Shell, so that's cool. Not that they didn't really need it, because there's no Diglett. Pondred comes in. Oh, as it was actually the Zoroa. Okay, that makes sense, because I'm not sure if Mankey gets knockoff right now. Into the real Mankey, as they go for an Iron Head. This thing's super low. Go for an EQ, you do a heck of a lot. Not even going to give them the chance to try to protect or recover. They're going to go straight out in a Magnemite. Oh, but it is going to get the regen. Has to go for a Terra Blast. Does not do nearly enough. Right now they haven't, I'm not sure if they were going to Terra Ice, if they were going to wait, save their Terra for a more opportune moment. Brick Break doesn't do nearly enough. Volt Switch will take out the Poniard. Let's go. Get rid of that little bish. Little bish. Alright, Mankey comes out. U-turn on the Magnemite as Diglett comes in. Terra Grass. Alright, this is what they were saving for. That's fair. Thought it might be Terra Ice, but... So now they actually don't resist that anymore, so... kind of went against them in that moment. Graveyard comes in, they're going to go for Hex. I feel like they've ironically gotten much more status than their opponent. But finally this thing was Will-O-Wisp before, so they can finally get a Hex off on it. As EQ comes in, there's the Illusion. Hex will take out the Diglett because this thing is freaking strong, and Diglett is not known for being the best defensive. Mankey's gonna, I'm pretty sure that's Scarf to outspeed that, right? 17 versus, okay, it might just be a speed time. But it's probably Scarf. Stealth Rocks go up. I don't know if this thing can, okay, a close combat. I don't know if that would have killed without the crit, but I mean, it is close combat. Strong move for Little Cup. You turn out, jeez. Oh, the Tinted Lens, duh, that's why I forgot Tinted Lens for a sec. Mankey comes in as there's an Ice Punch, jeez. Okay, but can they first impression? Yeah. And the Tinted Lens is going to help them out there. And then they just have their Graveyard left. And nice little Leech Life to get a little bit of HP back. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's their strongest move then. If they're Hex. I'm assuming. They're trying to get a little bit. Oh, this is going to be a long one. Okay, let's put this thing on hyper fast. How much does Hex do? But they keep on negating the poison at least, which is what they're going for. So, Sleep Talk Ice Fang, come on, buddy, it's going to be close. They just don't have. I don't know if Hex would be better. Alright, so that's going to be GG's there. Alright, moving on to National Dex, we got Akari versus Adrian. So, got a nice King Gambit. You know, if you take out this and this, then it just looks like Sun and Moon, or Usum or Sword and Shield OU. And then over here, ooh, this takes me right back to Ultra Sun and Moon. And then Kyurem. Surprised, I mean, I'm not used to seeing Kyurem anymore. Golden Go, Great Tusk, cool. Let's see what happens. So, in comes this thing, they're going to go for a nice little fake out. Are they Rocky Helmet? They are not, as they're going to go for U-turn. Get a little bit more chip into Kyurem. So I'm not sure if they want to go for Earth Power here. Oh, they go for a sub. Nice. They sub DD. Toxic, perfect. They go on the Torn. Get a nice freeze dry off on him. Terra Steel. Man, that's so crazy seeing Tornadus with a Terra Steel. So they're gonna get their regen back on that. There's the Earth Power I was looking for. So now, I mean, well, hang on a sec. Hang on. This thing just Terra Steeled. Let's think of the Earth Power is gonna Great Tusk. They just spam Headlong Rush or Earthquake. I mean, they have this, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's a little bit of that. So they got rid of the sub, but their King Gambit is gone. As this thing comes in, I'm not sure if it's okay. So it's gonna be setting up some spikes and toxic. So I don't know if it has rock. No, this probably has rocks, right? And then this might have, I don't know, Dragon Tail, EQ. Get some nice rocks up. They don't have a ghost, so they're free to rapid spin if they so choose. There it is. They're going to take some rough skin and poison. They are faster, so they can EQ now. Get some more chip. Alright, and so they're stuck with one spike. That's fine. Better than having 3. So this thing comes in. So their Great Tusk is gone, but they still have Earth Power on the Huron, which could run through, plus Freeze Drive. So U-turn to get out of that Magma Storm, and in comes Pex. As they get some nice rocks up. Magma Storm once again. There's a nice Scald. Oof, into another Earth Power. But I mean, yeah, it's just the standard, you know, Magma Storm Heat Train beating down the Pex. But they did weaken it a lot, so it's heavy duty boots, Terra Water into the sub to resist the Magma Storm. That way you can keep your sub up. Very nice. So do they predict and go freeze dry? Oh, okay, Roost, that's a smarter play. So freeze dry did a heck of a lot. Earth Power to at least get rid of another Mon. Sceptile comes in. You are weak to it now, so kind of dangerous to stay in versus in it. Dragon Pulse, I'm pretty sure this thing's faster, but they're going to switch out Garchomp first. U-turn, it's going to take some more chip, but you will get the regen back. Lopunny comes out. Their whole team's weakened, so... That's a lot of chip to take for a Lopunny. It's going to take even more when it comes back in. But I think they just want to get off the guaranteed chip. Nasty plot on the Golden Go. Let's go. Let's go for a Shadow Ball. Do a heck of a lot. Haze. Can we get us a Def Drop? They're going to go for next play. I'm assuming they're going to Scald. So now, I mean, your Shadow Ball just kills. So they might switch here. Yep. So you get to take out the E-Train now. And you still have your +2. I feel like +2 Shadow Ball into neutral Shadow Ball should kill this thing. So they might recover. Okay, they go for Scald. Never mind. And at this point, they have Fake Out. How much is this thing at? 76. Ooh, the 1 HP survival. Make it rain. Let's freaking go. Alright, that's going to be GG's. So, at this point, I don't know if you counted. So, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win. We're at 3-3 going into the final match, VGC. Let me just see which one it is. So, oh crap, game 3. Spoiled it there for you. Let me switch sides real quick. So, Knicknom versus Boston. Shout out to the Bloom Gang. And let's see what we got here. Get a nice defense boost on the dash button. I gotta try this out myself. In VGC. Powerful Shadow Ball off as they baton pass out into the Cerro Ledge. Very nice, very nice. So, I'm surprised Chi lived that, honestly. I don't know if this is defensive or what. But, oh, but wait, it was burned, right? Did they get... Jeez, both of them got burned. That's crazy to me. What are the odds of that? So get the Flash Fire boost now, so its fire type moves are stronger. Jeez, it wasn't Sash after all that. It wasn't Sash. I would have thought it was going to be Sash. I'm not going to lie. That poor Ceruledge, it got all those boosts and it couldn't do anything with it. Alright, so Bax versus and Dashbun versus the world here. As they go for Protect. So, I don't think it's going to kill Azu. Nope, but the burn will. So they miss. And down goes Azu. Who's coming in next? Brute Bonnet to put some folks to sleep. And they are they're trapped either way, so it doesn't really matter. Body press does have a lot. 2 body presses. Bullet Seed. Ooh, for they loaded dice. I'm not sure, but they got 4 off. Dashbun versus the world here. I'm sorry, but I don't think a Dashbun can win this. Unless it can, I don't know. Maybe it can. Hold on, hang on. Did I spoke too soon? Perish Song. Okay. Down goes that. So can you beat a Gothitelle in time? Is the question. Perhaps I underestimated this Dashbun. They get a crit. I don't know. I just don't see how I can win this in 2 turns. Unless, because this thing's faster. So, it doesn't seem like it's going to end well. Unless this thing dies first. But it shouldn't. Yep. So that's the first game. Second game. Right? Yep, game 2. Alright, this time they're going to lead right off with the Ceruledge. The Floater Man is looking dangerous. They can shadow ball this thing and instantaneously take it out. They're going to go into Gothitelle and Terra Normal. Protect to at least keep this thing alive. Go for a nice burn, get a crit off on Fleur as they Perish Song. Alright, go on the Dashbun. Listen, I was there at the Orlando Regionals. I saw Wolfglick bring this. I don't know if Boston thought of it on his own in its multiple discovery, but it's certainly become infamous at this point. Fleur plus Goth. Oh, well, actually he used Screamtail with it, so same concept, different mons. Cool to see. Tom pass out. Now you're +3 defense on this thing, but -1 Spadef, so -2 Spadef. Good grief. So Floater comes out, so they can finally take this thing out, and yep, there's the thermal exchange. So now you get the +1 attack to get rid of your own mon. It's okay though, because now you can bring out another one. So their own Chiyu comes in, Ceruledge comes in. I mean, this thing's just going to Dark Pulse Ceruledge, right, unless they protect. They actually go for them. Nice, they predicted them to switch. Ice Spinner on that thing. Yep, they were expecting Terra Grass, that's what I thought. But they didn't Terra that turn, they Terra the next turn. Get a Yawn off. Yeah, I'm not sure, did they have open team sheets? They could have sent it to him before, and I'm not sure if they did. But I mean, Terra Grass is usually standard on Ceruledge or Bug or something like that. So, protect on both sides, that thing's asleep. Get an ICQ off, it's going to take care of Chiyu. Excellent. So now it's just a Goth, so they can take care of this with a nice Glaive Rush. Nice. So, now we're on to game 3 where we saw this Azu come in. So, Azu, oh, I need to switch around it. Yeah, I was going to say, Knicknom didn't have an Azumarill. Alright, so we've seen this matchup before, so we're back to the first game. So they Moonblast, just in case they try to switch, they get a special attack drop, get a Yawn off, Liquidate, and take care of the Chiyu. So this thing is going to go to sleep unless they're definitely going to want to switch out. They bring a Moongus this time, actually. And they finally get Ceruledge in. Trying to get a Spore off. So Bitter Blade's going to do squad diddly. Go for a Terror Blast. Jeez! I'm not sure if that crit mattered. But it did 100%. It was Terrifier. I mean, come on. I don't know. Ice Spinner with those 2.5 defense boosts. It's not going to be enough. So they get a Bitter Blade off, get some more recovery, as Bullet Seed goes off. I'm sorry I'm right-clicking so much, I didn't mean to. As it's Sterile Edge versus the World. Bitter Blade off on Chi-Yu. I mean, they're not in a terrible position, but hang on, well, they have all their mons left. Jeez. So they get a little Chi-Yu Dark Pulse flinch there at the end, but even then they would have knocked out one Pokemon, potentially. Even then I don't think it would have, but it would have just been to where they would have knocked it out with the next one either way. So that's going to be GG's to the Unovan elites. You love to see those epic games where it like comes down to it's 3-3 and then you go into a best of 3. I'm not sure if that's how it played out necessarily, but that's how I'm doing it for this video to make it more entertaining. Just a close week. A lot of fun, a lot of good matches. GG's, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.